Okay, so I'm gonna be building a makeshift water filter today out of this M&M tube among many other materials. The first step is to get a sewing needle or an awl and heat it up with a lighter, and then just use it to poke small holes in the bottom. You want there to be a lot of them, so that way if one gets clogged, you still have others that water's gonna be able to go through. And it just looks cool if it kind of sprays out like a shower head. I just think I don't know, it's more efficient than just having a couple big holes. Also, any sand or anything that you put in will not be able to get through those small holes. It'll only be able to get through slightly larger ones. The melting it down is kind of tricky because you got to heat up the needle just the right way and then poke it in. So next time I definitely recommend using a blowtorch. And then after that, you're going to want to get a cloth. I chose to use 2 pieces and I just stuffed them into the bottom. I had a little bit of difficulty. I don't know if I edited it out, but I spent like 10 minutes trying to get it all the way in the bottom. I ended up fixing it eventually, but it was kind of hard. And then after that, you're going to want to get some sand. I already had a bunch of gravel, but I didn't have regular sand. So I filtered the gravel to get some really fine grout stuff, and then I just used that. I'm not sure how a stick got in there, but yeah, you can kind of see that little stick. I'm not sure how that got there. And then I kind of just wrap it up in the paper towel once I've gotten out a good amount, like so. It's okay to make a little bit of a mess. You can always vacuum it up later. And then from there, I kind of mixed it a bit and started pouring it into the container. It ended up not really working with the way I was doing it. So I just pinched it in, and then I folded it like a taco and was able to put it in. Yeah, like that. There you go. There you go, William. So I was able to get that in. And then after that, you just put smaller bits of gravel, working your way up to larger and larger ones. You don't have to be super careful about this. I just kind of like having it more proportional, so that way it also gives it more durability, because if you have the bigger ones at the top, you won't have to worry about the gunk getting stuck in the smaller one, so it'll last for a lot longer. After that, though, you're going to want to get some charcoal. I just got some charcoal from my dad's barbecue and crushed it up a little bit, and then you just pour it in there. It's probably not the right type of charcoal, but it did the job. You're probably wondering what charcoal does. All the other stuff obviously stops sediment and bugs and things like that from getting through the water, but what the charcoal does is it neutralizes different chemicals. And once I got it in there, I kind of just squished it down a bit more, put some more rocks on top of it, and then it's pretty much it for the filter part. Now, do a little bit of cleanup, as you should always do once you're done with the part. Yep, swiping, wiping. Sorry about that. So then you cut the cap off a bottle. I ended up having to cut that cap off that because that's all I had. You could obviously use any cap. Just with caps that don't already have holes in them, you'd have to poke holes. And then from there you do a dry fit, and then you get the hot glue gun ready. Just put it around the edge, and then you squish it inside there. I ended up burning myself a little bit when I did this. Yeah, you can see right there. Pain. And then I didn't learn my lesson, and I did it again. Oh, and wait. Oh, yep, a third time. Yeah. So, don't do that. You're probably wondering what's with the little cloth with rocks in it. There ended up being a little too many rocks, so I had to pour them out. And now any bottle that uses the arrowhead caps kind of just screws in there, and it fits pretty well. Stays in there, and then it uses gravity to put the water through the filter. Now, off camera, what I did is I first of all spray painted the actual filter red or orange. I might be colorblind. I don't know. It's still green on the inside. And then I mixed up hose water with just dirt for the quote-unquote dirty water. And I set up this little rig to test it with the cup down there. And then I kind of just duct tape it to the stand. And you can see after, I'd say 10 minutes, it ends up going through all the water after 10 minutes. I only filled up the container halfway, though. And even though it is still pretty dirty, it's a lot cleaner. You can see the before is super dirty and nasty, and the after is not as bad. So that is it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, like and subscribe. Bye.